Corrina, the 1994 American comedy drama set in Los Angeles suburbs of 1950s about a widower, Ray Liotta, who hires a housekeeper/nanny, Whoopi Goldberg, to care for his daughter, Molly, played by a young Tina Majorino. It was written and directed by Jessie Nelson in her feature film directing debut. We're getting a lot of debuts.
I know.
Here. And it was also the final film of Scream legend Don Amici, who died shortly after the filming was completed on this comedy drama that is a personal favorite of our guest, Ariell Johnson of Amalgam Comics and Coffee House fame, professional geek, longtime friend and fan of the Micheaux Mission. Ariell, what say you of Corrina? You said that this is a family favorite of yours.
Yeah, well, a favorite with my friend.
Oh, that's right.
My friend. So Corrina and I, Corrina, this is one of our favorite movies. And I love it. I think it's so sweet. I love that Whoopi Goldberg is the love interest. It's like I am always like, when you just think about her history on film, it's like, why? Because she's so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought that even in like The Color Purple, where that's obviously not what she's supposed to be, but she just has such a beautiful smile. And I think about that movie, how when she would hide it, I was like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. So I love that, she is the love interest in this. She is the one being pursued. I think the casting is great. I love to see Ray Liotta, like, not as a mob guy. I gotta tell you, I was like, it's like, I like me any singer. Tina Majorino, if you were a Veronica Mars fan, she's also, as a older actress, is in that. One of my favorite television shows. I thought all of the kid actors were fantastic.
Yeah.
Person? And I know he's in, what show was he on with Robert Townsend, right?
Yeah, he was on the Parenthood. That's right.
Yeah, and I think all of the children, I think they were wonderful actors, great casting, and I just think it's such a beautiful film. I love the musical cues, like the music felt like a character to me.
Yeah.
I just love everything about it, and just it's been a few years since I've watched it, and watching it, I was like, man, this is just so sweet, so wholesome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, given the time period, it's like, I don't know what their life looks like after the movie ends, but the movie itself, I don't know, it's very heartwarming. I loved, Jennifer Lewis doesn't get to do a whole lot in it, but she is Jennifer Lewis, so she really shines in the scenes that she's in. Yeah. I think in the little bit of interaction we get between the two of them,
they play sisters.
They play sisters. They feel like sisters, like the scene where she pops up off that couch, and I was just like, that is such a sister thing, lurking in the darkness to catch you in something, you know what I mean? And I loved everything about it. It's just a feel good movie.
Nice. Yeah. Vincent.
Lynn, what'd you think?
I asked you.
And now I'm asking you.
You can't answer a question with a question.
And yet, look what I just did. What'd you think?
I will allow it this once.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I, unlike the two of you, I have never seen this film.
Oh, this is a first watch. Okay.
Right, because you have seen it before, right?
I believe so.
Right. I had never seen it, but I, of course, have known of the film. And watching the film, I was expecting one thing, and I was surprised by what I got, because I was expecting, like, oh, this is another Magic Negro movie.
Okay, that's fair.
With Whoopi Goldberg playing the nanny who comes and gets things right in this house, right? And I'm like, Okay, and it seems like that's how the movie is starting. First, you got the whole montage of the bad nannies, which then ends in Joan Cusack as absolutely the worst, one of the worst nannies I've ever seen. Like, but hilarious.
Yeah.
Absolutely hilarious. We talk about Tachina Arnold and Tisha Campbell. That's another person who never really got her just
Love Joan Cusack.
Got something she could really sink her teeth into. But she is hilarious in this movie. As the second you see her discover where the liquor is,
she's like, ooh.
I'm like, oh, I see where this is going. And then when after she tucks everybody in bed, and she comes crawling up on bed behind Ray Liotta, like, well, I'm doing everything else that a mother does.
Oh.
So shouldn't I get what a mother gets? I'm like, I felt like Ray Liotta, because I know he had a little bit of vomit in his mouth. I know it. So when Whoopi Goldberg comes, and especially, and I tracked this, when she shows up, because she doesn't show up until like about 20 minutes into the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
right?
right.
And she's the star of the film. She's number one on the call sheet.
Yeah.
She doesn't show up until about 21 minutes in the movie. And when she does, she steps down off of a bus. And I noted that she had on blue and red. And it was almost like, okay, the superhero is here to save the day. Right? That's immediately what I thought. And she more or less does set out that way. She's, just graduated college. She's just trying to find a job, having a hard time finding a job, the movie tells you. But she gets this nanny job and seems to be able to make a magical connection to this young girl who's grieving hard for the loss of her mother. And I'm like, okay, well, I see how this film is going to go. But then you're right. It does take a turn in that you see the spark of a romance between the two of them, and it's natural. It's not forced. It's not even in any type of slapstick way that they forced to all of a sudden be arm in arm. They just naturally come together. They first connect over cigarettes, then they connect over jazz music, then they connect, of course, over Molly. And then there's just a connection over wanting to being creative, right? And trying to find a spark of creativity, and find also with her trying to find a place to show her creativity. So their connection is natural, and by the end of this movie, and the spoilers for a film that's over 30 years old, they're seemingly together at the end of the film.
Right.
It feels earned, That absolutely works for me. So I'm there for a lot of this movie. I shouted out not Sienna Miller, but Larry Miller.
Yes.
In this movie, and he is
hilarious.
Amazing.
When he says, when they were talking about Mr. Potato, and he was like, not legit, or Potato Head, and he was like, not legitimate. I bust out laughing every time, because it's like, why would you say? It's like, it's just so out of the blue, and it's like, why did he say that? And it gets me every time.
He is hilarious. He is hilarious. But I will say, however, Ray Liotta kept me from loving this film.
Really?
Baltimore at me. Yeah. I like Ray Liotta. And Ray Liotta is an actor. We talked about this in our review of Frankenstein, available on Patreon, about actors that have a certain twinkle in their eye, right? Where you don't know which way they're going to go, right? And we were talking about Oscar Isaacs, and we're in Frankenstein. Ray Liotta has a twinkle in his eye. I'm pretty sure I know which way Ray Liotta is always going to go with that twinkle. And it usually is not to this sweet guy, or like him being sad over the loss of his wife.
Mm-hmm.
I buy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I buy that mournfulness on him. Him being this jingle writer for advertising, I'm not buying that from Ray Liotta. Him being even a touch romantic, I'm not buying that from this Ray Liotta. I'm not. His romantic connection with Whoopi Goldberg, I'm not buying it. I want to buy it. I feel like the movie is working overtime for us to buy it, and he's putting in the work. And to be fair to him, he is putting in the work to do that, right? But I'm just not buying it from him. And watching those two together, it reminded me of Aunjanue Ellis and John Bernthal in what's the movie about Cass?
Origins?
Cass.
Cass.
Yeah.
Okay.
And how John Bernthal, who you usually see as like some heavy, a lot of films, but he is just this sweet romantic husband in that movie, and he sells it. It's a whole nother side of him.
It is, and yeah,
and he sells it. This Ray Liotta doesn't sell it for me.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't. Maybe if this is pre Goodfellas Ray Liotta, I buy it. But in this, I just can't see it, and it stopped me from connecting with the film a bit. So while I love the scenes of Whoopi Goldberg with Molly. I think those were absolutely great scenes. Tina Majorino, and a young Tina Majorino, I don't know her as an adult because I didn't watch Veronica Mars, but in this, she's spot on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The brief scenes with Jennifer Lewis, you're right, they feel like sisters. They absolutely, like, I could see a movie. I could see, like, that could be the series that you pluck out of here. Corrina's series is in Jennifer Lewis's house with Percy and all the kids, and Whoopi Goldberg comes in every 5th episode, like Carol Burnett used to do on Mama's Family.
Right.
Like, that's, I would be there. Ray Liotta? I don't know.
Well, let me ask, is it because of his movie history thus far, you just don't buy him as that type of actor, or is it the performance he's giving?
I also think it's a bit of the performance that he's giving.
Okay.
Because while I think that this film is decidedly a comedy drama, I don't think he sells the comedic parts well.
Oh.
Okay.
And I think that the drama he's okay in, but most of the drama, after the beginning, a lot of the drama is, I will say he really is not called on to have a big dramatic lift in this film until the end, and it takes a long time for it, when he calls her on the carpet for keeping a little girl out of school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at that moment, he explodes.
That almost felt like a different movie. I was like,
that's good for That's Henry. I was like, whoa, Whoopi, if you know what I know, you will leave town because he about to go on your ass. He sells that, but even when he shows up after that, he's puppy dog, but it's almost too puppy dog. It feels acting. It doesn't feel natural. And I know him to be a more measured actor than that. But I think probably I would not be surprised. I don't know this, but I wouldn't be surprised if he takes on this role to kind of try and show that. And I feel him maybe pushing to show that other side of him.
Mm-hmm.
And it just didn't land with me. Overall, did I like the film? I do. I don't think it's the best directed film. Jesse Nelson, who wrote and directed, I feel like it could have been written better. Feel like it definitely could have been directed better. There are some staging that I have some issues with, but the performances for the most part get it over.
Yeah.
So did I like it? But he stopped me from loving the film.
That's interesting.
That is interesting. I have to say, you were really playing with the third rail, bringing this here, talking about you love this movie.
Yeah.
Because this is the exact kind of movie I hate. like everything about this said, like Whoopi Goldberg in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Everything Lynn said about this black woman showing up. But I got to tell you, I ended up loving this movie. And for a couple of the reasons that you all have talked about. I thought this film did a really good job examining mourning. Like, I think I saw the same beats in Ray Liotta's performance that you did.
Mm-hmm.
But what I got from it is that this man is in mourning.
Mm-hmm.
And he's in this position where not only is he mourning, but he also has to be the caregiver for this child. And as the father, and certainly in the 50s, I've got to be strong.
Yeah.
I've got to do all this. But he's dealing with his own sadness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And as you said, when it exploded in this moment, when finds out that, I got to say, very appropriately he exploded.
Absolutely.
That Corrina is keeping this girl out of school, that felt like a very natural escalation to me. To the point where I have to say, this fits into my favorite kind of love stories on film. The one where you don't really know what's going to happen once the film ends. Like you said, they're seemingly together at the end, but it's no guarantee
Right.
that they're going to celebrate their 20th anniversary, because this is built on real shaky ground.
Yeah.
I think there's a read of this where, frankly, Corrina is kind of taking advantage of this man who is, he is in mourning. Like, there's absolutely no way. Like, I understand, like, all these women in the film who are trying to kind of pounce on him.
Mm-hmm.
But the subtext is we need to pounce on him now while he's vulnerable.
That's true.
Which I think is what happens.
Yeah.
Or happened. Hopefully it doesn't happen as much now. But you always hear about this. So.
But she doesn't pounce on him.
She doesn't pounce on him. But I do think there are some boundary issues that weren't enforced.
By her or by him?
By both of them. Which is part of why I liked it.
Okay.
Because it was messy.
Yeah.
Secondly, as you all said, I thought Whoopi Goldberg was damn near astounding.
Oh, she is. I will give you that.
Like, when you said she stepped off the bus, what I thought the direction I thought you were going to go, and you went to the superhero, except for that moment in Jumpin' Jack Flash, where she has on the
body,
the gown, the blue gown that gets caught in the machine, and then like her whole leg is out. This is the sexiest I've ever seen Whoopi Goldberg on screen.
The strut, like,
when
even
she steps off that bus, and you actually you said the red and the blue of the dress. That's not what you see first. What you see first is her leg.
That's true.
The camera follows her leg up.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see her very seductively holding the cigarette, looking at the world with these glasses on. And I said, okay, Whoopi. I actually wrote that in my notes. I said, all right, Whoopi Goldberg. She is a fully actualized, sexualized being in a way that I have never seen her on screen.
That's
absolutely.
Very true.
And as you said, you asked me, had I seen this before? And I thought I had said Corrina, but now I'm not sure that I did.
Okay, you didn't even remember that.
I love the way their relationship unfolded. Mm-hmm. Like it was very natural. I actually thought they did have chemistry. Like I thought she and Ray Liotta actually had this chemistry. It seemed like they really enjoyed each other's company. I thought they bounced off of each other great. Much like I thought she was fantastic with Molly.
Oh,
and you know, no diss to Molly, but I loved before Molly started talking. And Whoopi is just kind of doing monologues. I love the fact, and you know, this is always my thing in these period pieces, where like it's like old-timey Negro Ronin. They're like masterless samurai. They don't have no families. They don't have no community. They don't have no villages. They just wander the countryside looking for white people to take care of.
Yeah.
She has a family. She has a life. She has a past.
Yeah, I'm about to say she has a history.
She has a suitor.
A suitor? Yeah.
Yeah. No big surprise. Like I actually put my notepad down. Jennifer Lewis and Whoopi Goldberg on screen together. Oh yeah, just y'all just I'm gonna just enjoy this. Like I have nothing to add for this. I'll just enjoy this for the and as you said, I thought they were great as sisters. I thought they were great as comedic actors bouncing off of each other. I 100% disagree with you. I think Ray Liotta is hilarious in this movie. Like the scenes with Ray Liotta and the woman who is also pursuing him, the look on his face, the stillness.
When our kids are singing.
When her kids are singing, the quick exchange that he has with Molly about it. I said, look at Ray Liotta being a little funny. So I loved Ray Liotta. I thought the kids were great.
The kids are fantastic.
I thought the kids were great. As you all mentioned, Percy damn near stole the movie.
She did.
Because he was such an actual kid. Like like that weird little kid. But a weird little kid, and this is maybe going a little too deep, but I'm giving the film credit. I love a weird little kid who is confident.
Yeah.
Like I love a weird kid that you can tell is protected.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He had his siblings. He had his parents. He had this community. He's weird as all get out, but you could tell he had the space to be this little weirdo.
Yeah, I love the scene where, you know, he's doing his telephone thing and Jennifer Lewis just kind of smiles and shakes her head like he has space to be who he is. And I think all the kids have that.
I thought Molly with the black kids was portrayed in a way that I think it very much could have been syrupy and overdone. I thought it was very naturalistic.
Yeah.
The way that the kids interacted. And my only thing, this being set in the 50s is absolutely preposterous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it's absolutely this is science fiction. Like this whole plot happening in 1955 is ridiculous. This is ridiculous that you think that if you want me to think that this is going to happen. The funny thing, I saw an interview with Whoopi Goldberg and the interviewer asked her about it. And she said, oh yeah, well, there were interracial relationships in 1950. And she's like, you know, Sammy Davis had a white wife. And I was like, yeah, but the mob took him in the desert and were going to poke his eye out. Otto Preminger, it was like, Otto Preminger and Dorothy, these aren't good relationships.
That's
true.
But you know what I thought? Set this in 1974 instead of 1954. There's nothing about this movie that says it has to be in the 50s.
That's true.
Why is this movie set in the 50s? That's an actual question. Why is this movie set in the 50s?
Why is the movie? I don't know.
If it's set in the 70s, it's the exact same dynamic.
Right.
Where people are kind of like, oh my goodness, it's him with a black woman. But it's not ridiculous like this is.
Yeah. I mean, even the scene where they go to the restaurant, I'm always like, this would never happen.
Right.
This would never happen.
But no, it couldn't happen.
Right.
It would have been against the law.
Right.
For it to happen.
I got real Darren energy from him, from Bewitched.
Okay, that's what I was just saying.
Yeah, okay, but the second Darren, not first Darren.
Can I tell you a secret?
Not the second.
What?
I've never really understood people's objection to the second Darren.
Oh, because Dick York is the first Darren, right?
Dick York is the first Darren.
And he's far superior.
He's far superior as an actor, funnier. Dick Sargent
Is he far superior?
Yes.
Yes, I don't like the
Dick
episodes when it's the other one.
No, because he's bland. He's the Sienna Miller of Bewitched.
I'm not saying she's AI. I'm just saying
She's Dick Sargent.
if I found out that she was. James Cameron sat there for 15 minutes, and I felt so bad for him because you could tell this was hurting his heart that people were thinking this was AI. And then it was 3 hours of
AI. AI-ish.
It was not AI.
It's not
AI.
Not AI.
Because they had Zoe Saldana in that big tank. You know he built them big tanks.
No, I've seen it. And I've seen the interviews with him. Like, I know.
I said, ooh.
He is proud of that. He put the actors...
Put them in that big-ass tank.
So I guess this is for the sequel. Because the water one.
Right. It's
all water.
It's water.
It's water. I didn't see the second one, but I know there's water.
We never.
But yeah, I really, really enjoyed this. Like a lot. This is my favorite. No, I still like her better in The Color Purple.
About to say this is your favorite.
But this is my second favorite Whoopi Goldberg performance.
Really?
I really, really enjoyed her in this.
I'm super excited about that, especially since you said the third rail. That made me flash to Beach Street.
No,
like,
no, it should have made you flash to The Help and Driving Miss Daisy, because I was ready.
Well, and so for the same, because I do not share Len's affinity for Driving Miss Daisy. So like
Len and my father.
Oh, your father.
You're in good company.
But
my father loved Driving Miss Daisy. But
so I do get it, and I think. I don't think I set out to watch this movie. I think it was on, and you're like, oh, the next thing you know, you're watching, and it's like, I love this movie. But I think for those reasons, because she has an existence beyond these white people.
Yes.
Like I always have a hard time with movies like that. It's like, so you mean to tell me this black person don't have no other black people? That's weird. That's not realistic.
Again, we're Ronin. Just wander. We just wander the streets.
So
masterless samurai looking for white people to take care of.
Exactly. So just like you said, her having this whole, she has a whole community. She has a suitor who's pursuing her, and I like the little details when they're talking about what's the song? You float around in my brain like bubbles from a glass of champagne. Mm-hmm. Talking about the versions that they like, Billy versus Louis Armstrong. And her suitor actually likes the one she likes.
Yeah.
But and Ray Liotta likes Louis Armstrong. But it was just, I was like, this is so sweet. And I will say Billie Holiday's version is better. It is absolutely better.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just pulls you in, and I think it all works well together, but Whoopi Goldberg is definitely the glue. Yeah. I think even the fashion, I love that they throw that detail in that she makes her own clothes. It's like she is existing on her terms, as best as she can in this world that won't let her be.
Right.
And she's still it's undeniable, she's magnetic. And it's intoxicating. You're in love with her. It's like, man, I love this movie. So it makes me, I'm excited that you started at one place and you ended somewhere else.
In 1975, she would have had a hard time getting a job at Downbeat magazine too.
Yeah.
But again, it's not so ridiculous.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I actually wanted a series of this. I wish this would have spun out into a series.
Oh, that would have been
the movie.
Yeah,
but in the 1970s, in the 70s.
Right. You just bump it to 1975. It's sort of like, remember the first time Mork appeared on Happy Days, and that was in the 50s. Mm-hmm. And then when Mork and Mindy came on, it was in the present day, and no one ever actually really addressed it.
Right. But you're right. They never did they?
No. He was just...
I think he said, you're right.
I don't think they ever addressed it.
He says one line, gives like a cursory line about, I've been here before on Earth.
But he doesn't talk about the fact that
he had friends.
Or it was 20 years before.
No, yeah, he doesn't say.
Like last time we saw you, it was 1950.
Right. No.
And now it's 1980. So just do it with this. Instead of 1975.
In series form, would you still want it to be Whoopi Goldberg? Because that's...
Oh, I mean, I would love if we could get Whoopi Goldberg on television every week, but yeah.
Well, technically, we do have Whoopi Goldberg on television every day on The View.
Yeah. On The View, yes.
Yeah.
So just...
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed this.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear it.
Yeah.
Hey, Len.
I said I liked it.
He liked it.
I said I liked it.
He said he liked it.
With a few caveats.
I got a caveat. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want to love it.
Right.
I want to love it, but there's some things that keep me from loving it.
She shouldn't have kept that girl out of school, though.
She had no business keeping her.
Okay, yeah.
She was real out of line.
Dead ass wrong. And he was right to fire her. He was absolutely right to fire her.
And in 1955, she'd have gotten lynched.
Oh, no, don't say that.
He could have had her arrested.
He could have. Yes, he could have.
Mm-hmm.
He could have. But we got the inside scoop on what was going on at school, and she just wasn't ready. She just wasn't ready.
You are not her mother. When he said it, was like, he's making good points.
He's right.
Ray Liotta is right.
But I am curious, because you specifically said there are some changes you would have made in terms of direction.
Yeah.
Can you give me just a note? Give me a note, Len. I know you love that. Len's like, which one?
I'll give you a note. There is a moment where his daughter catches him on the phone lying about where the mother is.
Mm-hmm.
And he says that, my wife is actually in the tub.
Right. That was at the door.
That's right.
At the door.
Right. Somebody comes to the door and he says, his wife is at the tub. And you see the daughter go running off to the bathroom, right? And up to this, she hasn't said anything in the movie. And she goes running to the bathroom, open up the door to the bathroom, and we see her look like, oh, my mother's not here. And you see it change on her face. The camera doesn't really sell her, it doesn't stay on her. It's not framed in such a way to highlight her change of her emotion in that moment. And it doesn't stay on her long at all. Nor does it flip and show an empty bathroom or anything like that. So you're really not even sure if she's going to the bathroom. You don't see her at a bathroom door. You just see her turn a corner and then you see her open up a door. So you're assuming that she's in the bathroom. Fine. Then the camera flips. We're back to Ray Liotta. Ray Liotta, I believe it's Ray Liotta, or it may be Whoopi Goldberg, I can't remember, goes and sees the daughter sitting in the tub. That, the way that is framed and that reveal is done it's not in any way, it's very just matter of fact, here, open up the door, boom, she's there. It doesn't add anything to the storytelling of the emotion of that moment, the way that is played out. Because then we quickly we cut from there, if I remember correctly, and then they're going to bed.
No, I disagree. So, in terms of maybe they don't hold on her face long enough, but you definitely see her face fall, And the scene after that is Whoopi Goldberg standing in the middle. She's looking one way and she's looking at Molly, who's actually sitting in the bathtub.
Right.
So now she's just sitting in the bathtub, and Ray Liotta is like sitting on the couch that his wife purchased, or the chair, and just has his head in his hand. And there's this great weight of, it's like you're in the middle of something that doesn't have anything to do with you, but you kind of have to de-escalate this on some level, at least in terms of the little girl, I feel like. So when I see that, there is such a weight there that when I see her standing like kind of between a rock and a hard place, I was like, I think like, oh my God, that has to be such a hard place to be in, right? These two people who are deep in grief and neither one of them know how to wade their way through it. And I think that was the real connection for Whoopi and Molly. It's like, I feel like everybody else in this movie wanted Molly to feel better, whereas Corrina let her feel how she's feeling. You know,
I agree with that.
Right. So and so I think, yeah, I think that's like the big, like this, I almost like the power of her in this movie, just to let you be. But I disagree with that, because I feel like that very next scene, there is such a weight there that whenever I see that scene, I like feel that of just someone else's grief, and what do you do, you know?
I agree with you in that next scene, that's what you, I agree that is the intention of that next scene. I don't believe, to me, that as it is staged, it sells it.
Okay.
That's just me. And there are other scenes that are like that. There's there was, I'm struggling to come up with another scene, but there were other scenes where I questioned some of the editing, but it was something like that. It just didn't sell it
for you.
Sell it for me. The other thing is, and this may have been a budgetary thing or whatever, I think that, and this is really, really nitpicking. I'll be honest, this is nitpicking, but I think that to Vince's point about this being set in the 50s, outside of some of the wardrobe, mm-hmm. I don't think it, and like the car, I don't think you really get the sense of it in the 50s. Like the placement of the time mm-hmm. it's not really 100% sold to me, and that is direction to a degree, because the director is the head of everything, but that's also set dressing and stuff like that. That's also choice of film stock and how you're choosing to shoot this scene, shoot the house, mm-hmm. and everything like that. It has, it's funny you mentioned Bewitched, it has a bit of a sitcom type of
absolutely
vibe to it, right. Which I think also kind of takes away from the intensity or intention of some of the more dramatic moments.
Okay.
But that's just for me. And that admittedly is nitpicking.
I felt like there should have been more explanation around the fact that she prepared this family pig knuckles for dinner.
When she said, I was like, what did she just say? I love that she wasn't a good cook.
I did like
I love that she wasn't
a good cook.
I love it. And so I guess we just love Corrina so much. Because then I was like, did everyone eat pig knuckles? Like, was this a common dish in the 1950s?
Well, she's not a good cook, but she also was a little clumsy. So I'm like,
she was very
how much of a good, like, is she a good cook?
That was another thing that I thought was fantastic. Like you say, you go in thinking she's a magical Negro. She's actually terrible. She's a terrible Negro.
Now you think about it, it's the kid.
She's actually good with this kid.
But that's what got her the job.
Out of school. She's raising a juvenile delinquent.
She's actually and press ganging her into child labor. Wow. She's actually not good with it either. No. She's a terrible Negro. We need a magic Negro to come and save these white people from Whoopi Goldberg.
We need bag of pants.
Where's Hulk? Where's Hulk? to come and save these nice white people from Whoopi Goldberg.
OMG.
Well, hopefully he memorized the directions since he can't read. I'll be a cornswoggle.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sure not good at reading these words.
Oh.
Whoopi Goldberg smoked cigarettes and listened to jazz.
And babysit took her to a jazz club.
She sure did take her to a nightclub.
She did.
She's actually not good with Molly. Molly's going to need therapy.
Now this whole thing is falling apart.
That's why I loved it so much. It's the revenge of the magical Negro. If Jordan Peele remade this, it'd have a whole different vibe.
Oh, God.
That could be a fun exercise.
It would be. Jordan Peele presents Corrina.
Oh my goodness.
Having said that, though.
Yes.
Would I recommend?
Yes, would you recommend people see this?
Sure. I would absolutely recommend it. I think, it is heartwarming. I think the soundtrack is fire.
Yeah.
Like I found myself like, I gotta add that to my playlist.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I gotta look at that version of Over the Rainbow.
Oh, isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
When I hear that song, that's actually the version that I hear.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you wonder why your parents didn't take you to a nightclub when you were 7.
Y'all gonna leave Corrina. Okay. But I think, and I think it's a really interesting exploration of grief and grief with children.
Mm-hmm.
I think top to bottom, even with the notes, I think it is. I think you will be pleasantly surprised because it's not what you think.
Yeah,
it really is not what you think.
Mm-hmm.
On the you look at the cover, it's like even I look at the cover sometimes. It's like, Ariell today would be like, "What is this?
Mm-hmm.
What is this?" But it is just, I don't know. I love it. It warms my heart deeply. And so this has been a movie favorite of mine for a long time. And just watching it last night, it's like, I still love this movie. Mm-hmm. I still love it.
Vincent?
I would absolutely recommend it. I was pleasantly surprised. I was actually gobsmacked by how surprised I was. I love the cast. I love the exploration of grief. Like I really do. Like I really thought this really kind of captured how it's not it's not hysterics all the time.
Yeah.
It just sort of sits there. Yeah,
and it's quiet.
Yeah. And you just sort of go through it. And again, I really thought Ray Liotta captured this space that this father is in really well. I enjoyed Ray Liotta's performance. Whoopi Goldberg again, I thought was amazing. Like it's an ongoing conversation on the show how we talk about what should have been with Whoopi Goldberg. Mm-hmm. And I have to say, this is a film that has now joined, The Color Purple. I'll say both of the sister acts, even though I think the first sister act is stronger.
Really?
I do. When we talk about Whoopi Goldberg as an actress, as opposed to Whoopi Goldberg of sort of the white imagination.
I got you.
Mm-hmm. I absolutely love this character. Like I thought she was amazing. I thought the supporting cast was fantastic. Much like you, I wanted Joan Cusack to somehow come back around.
I know.
Like I wanted her to move next door or something, because for the 5 minutes she was in, she was fantastic. I like the actress who played the woman who was
the other
woman.
Yeah. Jenny.
I liked her. Stephen Williams, always nice to see him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I would very much recommend this.
Well, I recommend Corrina as well. I would. I wanted to like Ray Liotta more, but I liked him enough.
Okay.
And I liked everything about it. And actually, while I get your point about moving this to the 1975 and it's basically the same film, and yeah, is it a little bit of science fiction as it is in the 1950s? Sure. But there's a part of how, and I will say this about all of them, how unbothered they were by the little drips and drabs of the 50s trying to encroach in their world, that I kind of liked. That it was there, it's like, that ain't really how it was. It would have been a whole lot tougher. But it was there, and they didn't let it stop them from doing what they were doing. Is that magical? Sure. But I enjoyed it for what this film was presenting. And you're right. Whoopi Goldberg is outstanding in this film. She is at once breathtaking, sexy, funny, smart, and heartwarming in this film, all in one. It may be one of her better performances. You're right. It's up there with Color Purple. It's up there with Sister Act. And her connection with everyone in this film, because I wanted to like Ray Liotta better, but I like him as much as I do because of her, what she's doing with him, I like him as much as I do because of what he's doing with Tina Majorino, So it landed where I did not expect it to land. I love that at the end of the movie, you don't see her with Molly. Only if you're looking through the credits do you see her with Molly. The end of the film is her with Ray Liotta.
Yeah.
And it ended at her house.
I was about to say,
he came to her. Came to her. Yeah. So,
First when got her cheer.
I liked when he comes out, he said, "Oh, he's back."
I love that. I cracked up like, "Oh, he's back." They go running in the house. "Mom, he back. He back." And I cracked up at that scene too. So yeah, I recommend this, and I can see this becoming a favorite that people return to, a yearly favorite, something that you return to, introduce people to. This is a movie that should be introduced to. It should be introduced to kids. Like, kids should be watching this film. I love the whole distillation of the black and white relationship between those two little girls during the choir scene. Yeah. It was one scene. It went there and it was out of there. We dealt with it.
The kids
dealt with it in real time.
Yeah,
real time.
I absolutely love that. And you didn't need to touch on it for the rest because they were best friends. I love that. So we're 3 for 3 for Corrina.
Right.
Excellent.
Well done.
I'm super excited. And I'm super excited because I didn't know that you'd never seen it and you had maybe seen it, but it wasn't, you couldn't speak on
it. Apparently I stared at the picture of the cover for 2 hours and was angry.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
And then I said, now I've seen Corrina.
That's fair. Yeah, but it is totally not what the cover would have you think.
Right.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. Well, thank you, Ariell.
Yes, thank you, Ariell.
Thank you, men of the Micheaux Mission. This has been so much fun. Thank you so much.
Oh, this was so much fun. And hey, if you want more of Ariell Johnson, $5.
$5.
And you can hear on Patreon on the Lens Secret Movie Podcast with Ariell. That's the full title.
That's the full title. And it's a little more uncut on there.
Oh. Yeah. Cause
the Secret Podcast After Dark.
Yeah. Because on Sunday mornings, Ariell be cutting up. She be cutting up.
I didn't know that the man from Nantucket had done all those things.
She be cutting up, man. Lord Jesus, she ain't had no coffee. She like,
I might still have my scarf on.
You mean might? You ready now?
Nice.
For $5 on Patreon.